It's time for another episode of WWE Encyclopedia. And today, we are talking about the many faces of Mike Shaw. First off, everybody's favorite, Bastion Booger. Bastion Booger, 6 foot 1 inch, weight 401 pounds, from parts unknown. Upon arriving in WWE in 1994, Bastion Booger immediately started making those around him physically ill with his repulsive appearance and disgusting behavior. In fact, he was so gross that many recognized him as the only superstar to use his nose as a snack dispenser. After a relatively uneventful singles career, Booger entered into a short-lived alliance with Bam Bam Bigelow, which eventually dissolved on an episode of Raw, when he planted a passionate kiss on Bigelow's valet, Bastion. In early 1995, Booger left WWE and returned to parts unknown. Though some thought he would be dormant forever, Booger shocked the world when he arrived at the Raw 15th anniversary show in 1997. And that was Bastion Booger. And next up we have everybody's favorite Friar, Friar Ferguson. Friar Ferguson, height 6 foot 1, weight 385 pounds. Unlike most men of the cloth, Friar Ferguson enjoyed inflicting pain on people. He loved it so much, in fact, that he oftentimes broke out into dance whenever he felled an opponent. Ferguson's love for brutality wasn't the only characteristic that set him apart from his fellow religious servants. Unlike most friars, Ferguson completely ignored his vow of poverty, spending staggering amounts of money at the buffet line. At nearly 400 pounds, he was one of the largest superstars of his time. After only a few weeks, Ferguson disappeared from WWE, presumably to return to a life of preaching the good word. And that was Friar Ferguson. And the final face of Mike Shaw we will be speaking about is Norman the Lunatic. Norman the Lunatic, 6 foot 3 inches tall, weight 335 pounds. Stampede Wrestling closed in December 1989. Theodore R. Long then brought Norman the Lunatic into World Championship Wrestling. Theodore Long led Norman the Lunatic around with a giant key that was symbolic of Long's potential to recommit Norman to the insane asylum he came from if he did not follow Long's orders. Norman carried a teddy bear with him, and Norman eventually broke away from Theodore Long and became a good guy, renaming himself Norman the Maniac. He feuded with Kevin Sullivan and even received title shots against NWA World Champion Ric Flair. Once Norman the Maniac felt he was healed, he became a trucker and went by the name Trucker Norm, in honor of his father, who wrestled in Memphis's USWA under the name Jed Grundy. It seemed that Norman the Lunatic was forever cured of his insanity. And that was Norman the Lunatic!